this supposed to, whatever the formula is, get in a relationship or a career or business or whatever that formula is for success that says, oh, this is how you'll be happy. You should do this, you're supposed to do this, this meets everybody's expectation, this will make everybody else happy, then they'll love you, then you'll be happy. This is a kind of formula. The real result of this agenda of the ego is for you to end up happy. It just happens to have this particular thing, this formula that says that we believe from who knows when we were 5 years old. This is how I'll end, this is what I have to do to be happy. We might have made that agreement when we were 5 years old. For instance, a gentleman I have as a client, he makes films. And he's really intent, it's really important for him to be a success. Every decision on anything that he shoots is like such a high pressure, because if it doesn't go just perfect, his mind goes into, oh, that's not perfect, that won't get me my next project, I won't get recognized, I won't get picked to do a film, I'll be a failure, my career will be ended. Okay? I'll be miserably unhappy. So everything's got to be perfect. So every little decision has his life's career on the line. He's under incredible anxiety and stress. Because his mind just says, this is the formula, and you better get everything perfect to get there. It is really trying to make him happy, but it's putting incredible stress and anxiety on him every day. But still, his mind is intent on making him happy, but the way it's doing it is making him miserable. Okay? If you see that supposed to list, oh, I should go do that, and you feel the pressure to go do it, that's that same kind of pull. And at the same time, there's a push, a fear like, well, if you don't do it, you'll be miserable. Because by the belief system story, there's only one way to be happy, and this is the formula. And so there's a fear of being miserable. It's like the belief system says it's so. The virtual reality says it's so, it appears so, and you're sitting back going, I'm not going to believe that's the path to the only path to happiness, and I don't believe I'm going to be miserable either. So it's like you're waging on two fronts. Is that about accurate?
Yeah.
Okay? So, but you're feeling pulled. It's like, oh, I don't want to go to the... If I say no, it feels like I'm destined to be miserable. If I say yes, oh, I'll be happy, but I'm trapped. Okay? And so I don't want to say no, because I'll be miserable, according to that belief. But I don't want to say yes. Or at least yes looks very appealing and seductive. It looks like a way out of the misery. As much as that victim voice is crying out for change, doesn't want to suffer anymore, doesn't want to do it anymore, can't stand it anymore, please help me, get me out of this. When you get close to being happy, or have moments of being real happy, and that happiness might come because you're in a relationship with someone who's like, Father, I'm going to really express my love to this person, or I'm going to consider really committing to love this person. And you're like, if I really love that person, or I really allow that person to love me, what are you? You're in an experience of love. You're in an experience of acceptance. You're in an experience of a joyful state. Right? Whether you love or allow yourself to be loved or both, you're like, and if you're really going to do it in a sustained way in relationship, you're going to be happy. And at that point, what is your victim going to do with its day? What is it going to do with its day? It's going to have nothing to do, because you're going to be in an experience of love and being loved, being accepted. And the victim is going to go, well, what about me? What's my job here? Am I being fired? I don't want to be fired. Please don't fire me. I need to take charge of this situation again. I cannot allow this love thing to happen. I cannot allow this happiness thing to happen. I will surely die if this person really becomes happy, says that part of the ego. It will shrivel up and fade away, and it is a living dream seeking to continue to exist, and it cannot when you are happy and in love with yourself or just allowing someone else to love you. That victim character is afraid of dying. And so when it gets close to being happy, it says run. And it says run as if your life depended on it. But it's not your life that depends on it. Its life depends on you running away from love and acceptance, your own or someone else's. Okay? Because even if you just allow someone, and they really love and accept me, they really love and accept me, that opens a door, to really question that victim voice and like, they really love and accept me, why don't I? Because that's the next step that's going to happen. You're like, you know what? They love and accept me more than I do. You know what? I want to love and accept myself as much as they do. Boom, now the victim is like, it sees that next step coming. And it's like, no, don't let anybody love and accept you, because I know what the next step is before you do. It's like going, boy, you start letting love and acceptance in, its victim is going, we can't let that happen. We have to come up with a plan. And the plan is run. Because it's afraid for its life. And you can feel the fear that it has, and it might feel like fear for your life. But it's not your life. You're feeling the fear of its life because it might die. Okay? As much as the victim cries out for change and doesn't want to suffer anymore, it calls in a saboteur and says, wreck this. Please, or else I'm going to die. I can't stand the love and acceptance thing. I need more suffering. Because that's the way it lives on. As much as it cries out for change and doesn't want to do it anymore, it needs it to survive. Okay? And one of the rituals here, and this ritual is in all traditions, lots of serious traditions, is a ritual of death, a surrendering to death. Why? So that you get comfortable with those parts of your mind saying goodbye to. And say, yeah, it's going to feel like death for me, but this is over. I'm not playing this anymore. And letting those parts of your mind, your dream, your ego die. And though that's why we come to bury parts of ourselves here. Okay? Parts of ourselves that may be unwilling to go on their own. But those parts do want an end to the suffering at the same time, and that's the way out. Okay? As much as they want an end to the suffering, they're still fighting for survival. Okay? So people ask me, I was like, well, doesn't the victim want help? Doesn't the victim want change? It says yes and no. Yes, it wants it, but when it really shows up, it goes, oh, that'll be the end of me. No, I don't want that. Give me something different. Or run. Okay? So while the victim is trying to find a way to be happy, when it gets close, it wants to sabotage it.